Hello, my dear Capricorn. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13th through February 19th. Let's see where your energies are for this week. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe. We got the Nine of Pentacles, which is great energy. I feel like you're going to be able to really kind of come to compromise, come to certain conclusions with people at your job, because you're going to be sensitive. Like, you're going to have that sensitivity and that emotional intelligence this week to kind of gauge where people are and therefore make decisions based on how people around you feel, if that makes sense. You're going to be very sensitive to the vibes of others this week. Let's see, you're currently in the Death energy, which is great because it tells me that you are going through this process of kind of shedding everything that is no longer serving you in your life. And that's why I feel that your communication with others this week is going to be highlighted, because you're no longer going to look at people from the same perspective. You're no longer going to be offended the same way. If somebody says something that is kind of like off-putting or really upsetting, or was upsetting to you before in the prior conversations, in the prior situations, with the Two of Wands being your driving force here, it's kind of like you're choosing your battles a lot more wisely, or wiser. I don't know the proper English here. So you're becoming more mature in your approach with others. You're understanding that not everybody is your friend. You're understanding that sometimes people deserve a little forgiveness. And you understand that no one is perfect, really. What I do want to point out is that the World card is in your obstacle here, and that's kind of the world in an obstacle sector kind of means imperfection, certain failures or certain difficulties due to chaotic energy. So your feathers will be ruffled up a little bit, and you will be challenged this week just because you're choosing to not to engage in an argument with somebody. It doesn't mean that those situations will not come up. The King of Wands is in your strength sector, though, telling me that you will be able to kind of look at the big picture and be the bigger person here within whatever difficult situation that's going to come up, because you're realizing that, wait a second, arguing with this person right now, engaging with this person right now is not going to get me anywhere. It's only going to create more chaos, and it's only going to make me look like a fool in the end of the day. It's like, if it's a work situation and somebody's saying offensive things, obviously you can't always resolve it, because it's going to be your word against their word when it comes to like HR investigations and whatnot. It's like not up to you to handle those kind of situations, unfortunately, and you are realizing it really deeply that sometimes people's behaviors are outside of your locus of control, and the only thing that you can do is either like report them to your supervisor, report them to HR, or like plainly avoid them, especially if you don't have to deal with them. Well, let's look at the outcome. The Devil as the outcome, and I like it here because the Devil energy is your energy, my dear Capricorn. The Devil represents Capricorn in a tarot deck, telling me that you will be able to figure out how to stay true to yourself while kind of navigating all the weird, communications and all the weird relationships that you have in your life during this time frame. Really beautiful energy. I like how your card came up here in the end of it, because you will come out on top, my dear friend. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week, my friend. Hello, my dear Aquarius. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13th through February 19th. Let's look. Card fell out. For your energies, my dear friend, your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome here, and the overall vibe, the strength card. Wow, I feel like you will have enough energy and enough vigor this week to complete some kind of projects that haven't been completed yet, and to really wrap up certain things in your life that have been weighing you down, like finally making that final decision of how you're going to proceed forward. You know, finally doing your taxes, if that's what you wanted to do this week. Finally, you know, making that phone call that you've been dreading for so long to do. Here you are. You're going to be able to get it done, and the outcome is going to be successful for you. You're currently in the King of Wands energy, which is beautiful. Kind of goes really well with that strength energy here, telling me that you will have the drive to overcome any kind of challenges that come your way this week, and you are able to look at your situation from a perspective of a big picture. Like, you know exactly which steps you need to take in order to get wherever you need to get. So if you are like working on getting your degree, for example, you know exactly what you need to finalize this week in order to move on to the next step on your trajectory. If you are looking for a promotion, you know exactly who you gotta talk to, who you gotta send an email to, who you gotta, you know, make that phone call to in order to, you know, guarantee that promotion for yourself. And when the Nine of Pentacles here, you just want to be done and you want to enjoy whatever is it that you are trying to accomplish here. You just want to be done, you know, and you are driven by this fact that you just want to be done. You want to finalize a whole bunch of things and kind of put it behind you, essentially. The Hermit is in your obstacle sector, though, because you could be feeling a little overwhelmed as well this week. I mean, it's a lot. I feel like for many of you, or this energy that I'm picking up is a lot. Like there's a lot to do, a lot that needs to be done. And whenever most people get overwhelmed, what's the first reaction? Not to do anything. The first reaction is to procrastinate. And that's what you should not do. Do not kind of allow yourself to withdraw from the world. Instead, the Page of Pentacles is here, and your strength. Continue pushing forward, you know, continue being ambitious. Pick up that call. Pick up that call if they're calling you. You know, make that phone call if you need to do it. Like be on the front lines, even if you're not totally sure whether you're doing it correctly, whether you should be doing it. Just do it. Basically, if you feel like something needs to be done, but you're not sure if you're going to do it correctly, just go ahead and do it. It's better to do something this week than not do it at all, if that makes sense. Let's see the outcome. Ooh, the Empress. The Empress. What a beautiful card. That's all about creating something new, creating a new opportunity for yourself. You know, resolve all the issues, all the problems that have been weighing you down. I feel like this week has so much energy for you to accomplish things that you've been meaning to accomplish for quite some time, and you're going to be successful. You're going to get them done. I feel an incredibly vigorous energy here that will follow through and help you get through this time frame. Love this reading, and I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Pisces. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13th through February 19th. Let's look at your energies for the week. Your subconscious drive, obstacle, support, possible outcome here, overall vibe. The Queen of Wands. I love it. Very fired up energy, very much courageous energy to get things done. You're going to be very determined to get things your way. You're going to be very determined to get things finalized and done this week, especially. You're also going to be very much determined to have some difficult conversations with people that you were kind of afraid to have in the past or didn't feel like you should have had them yet. Let's see what the rest of the cards have here. Okay, you are in this Hermit energy right now, telling me that you've been a little bit overwhelmed by things that are happening around you. All you want is some kind of solitude. All you want is kind of have some space for yourself. And I've been feeling this energy for you for quite some time, where all you want to do is just separate yourself from the world, from the rest of the world, just to be with yourself. And that's what you think will bring you harmony. That's what you feel will bring you some kind of fulfillment, with the World card being in your driving force, is because you just want to be alone for a second, to take a breather. You've been overwhelmed by others. With the Five of Wands being in your obstacles, I feel like there've been too much conflict, too many conversations that haven't been resolved. Like you're talking about the same thing over and over and over with somebody, and there is no resolution there, right? Or you were not able to speak your full truth, yet somebody is constantly attacking you and telling you you're this Pisces, you got to be doing that Pisces, and you haven't been able to find that voice to really speak to them in a way that would make them kind of step away and leave you the heck alone. And I feel like this week you might feel like doing that. Like you might feel like finally speaking up and telling somebody off, especially with the Queen of Wands energy being here. And that's what I strongly picked up in the beginning of this reading. And the advice for you is actually quite the opposite. The advice is the Three of Pentacles here, which is your strength, telling me that you should try to work it out with somebody else. You should try to collaborate and work together with whoever is upsetting you, whoever is pissing you off, instead of like letting them get to you because you can't say things or you are not saying things the way you want to say them. Do find time to take those moments to yourself and take a breather here and there. Otherwise, you might say things in a way that you will regret later on. You might say things that will come out hurtful or will be misunderstood regardless. And therefore, it's not going to resolve anything. It's only going to create more tension, and it's going to only overwhelm you more, and it will only want you to kind of get back to yourself even more so, if that makes sense. So instead of making that energy push you into yourself, find space to embrace your needs. Find space to satisfy your needs here. If you're truly feeling like you want to be alone, go for a walk by yourself. Stay in the room by yourself. You know, sit in your car for 15 minutes before you walk into your house. Like, find some moments to yourself because you really need it. I feel it. And look, the outcome. The Sun is the outcome. I love it. And the Sun is the happiest card in the whole deck. I do feel like if you find those moments of peace, if you find the moments to kind of recharge your battery, if you also try not to continue, like, have an argument with somebody or continue an argument with somebody, but try to figure out how to come up with a solution in a much more calm manner, it will only bring you closer to that harmony, that joy, that equilibrium that you're so seeking here. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Aries. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13th through February 19th. Let's look at where your energies are for this week, your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe. 10 of Swords, really kind of defeating type energy that brings us fear, energy that brings us a sense of defeat, energy that brings us a sense of failure into our lives. And I feel like this has to do a lot with your feelings and with your mental space as well, because swords are things that we think about. They're our mental energy. So let's see what the rest of the cards have here for us. Wow, beautiful cards. So even though it's kind of, you have this overall 10 of Swords energy, which is kind of heavy energy, I do feel like on the inside you have a lot of strength, you have a lot of energy, you have this kind of inner brave, I don't even know what to call it, like this bravery seething out of your skin here, and you're able to get everything done. You're able to persevere. You're able to kind of maintain control no matter how much is being thrown at you, with the 7 of Wands being here. No matter how much you're being put down, no matter how many times you fall down, you continually pick yourself up, you stand up on your feet, and you keep on moving forward. Somehow, some way, you keep on finding that beautiful energy within yourself to persevere and to continue pushing forward. And the Judgment is in your obstacle this week. That's the energy of remorse, energy of like regretting that something happened the way that it happened, kind of like looping it in your head over and over again, how you could have done something better, especially with the 10 of Swords energy being here. That is so prevalent, to just sit there and think over and over again of how things should have been, how things would have been if only you would have done something different, right? So be aware of that energy. It is definitely the obstacle for you this week. Also, being sick, because Judgment can also indicate sickness when it's in the negative position. And if you are feeling a little off, just be mindful of it. Maybe you do need to take a second. Maybe you do need to take a break. And maybe you are pushing yourself a little too hard here. With the Hierophant being in your strength, Hierophant is the healer of the people. So it also kind of connects to that energy that if you are feeling super overwhelmed, if you are feeling like you're on your last breath here, because you've been pushing forward so hard, take a break. And don't feel guilty if you do take a day off, if you can. If you kind of tell your kids, we're going to have a pizza night tonight, I'm not going to cook dinner tonight. If you tell your friends, you know what, I'm not going to go out with you today, I just need to stay in and recharge my batteries, don't feel guilty about it. The King of Swords is the outcome. I love it. The King of Swords is that energy of discipline. It's also kind of another card of ambition here. And I feel like as you're moving through this week, as you're realizing like, okay, I cannot be dwelling on things that have happened. I cannot change the past. I cannot predict what the future holds, but I can take control of this moment. I can take control of right now, and kind of using this discipline to have the best time within the moment. It will definitely get you through the week, and I really like that a lot. I really like that a lot, my dear friend. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you. Like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. And have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Taurus. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of the February 13th through February 19th. I forgot the dates, of course. Let's start with your energies for the week. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, overall vibe. Ooh, the Queen of Cups, my dear Taurus. I love it. This week will allow you to get in touch with your emotional space. Maybe sometimes you are too scared to kind of tap into the emotional world of yours. However, this week you're going to be able to do it. And I feel like you're also going to be able to feel good as you're doing it too. It's not going to scare you as much as it possibly could have scared you in the past. Wow, beautiful energies. Love it. You're currently in a Page of Swords energy. And that's like this very curious energy where you're probably thinking a lot, probably allowing yourself to ask yourself big questions about life, about how you feel in regards to your relationships, how you feel in regards to your situation. It's hard to explain, but that's the energy that kind of makes you reflect on your world, the world that you have created, and to reflect on the world that's around you, that you are part of, and kind of figure out how can you make it better. With the Judgment card being here in your supporting energy, and the energy that's driving you, by kind of assessing where you are, who you are, how you feel about things, you're able to make your world a lot better, because you're coming not from a place of need, but you're coming from this place of emotional happiness. I don't know, like where your heart is so open, and all you want to do is just open up other areas of your life to bring more joy into them, more positivity into them. And the universe is telling you the Hermit is in your obstacle right now. You know, if you feel any kind of sense of self-pity or some kind of like dislike of humankind, if you catch yourself on those kind of emotions or those kind of feelings, make sure you address it right away within your space, because those are the kind of feelings that shut our heart down. You know, as easy as this heart of yours is open for you this week to experience, you can shut yourself down by allowing yourself to feel some kind of self-pity towards yourself, or kind of like hating on people around you, if that makes sense. Like if you're not happy about a situation or of a situation, or not happy about a person, as you're going through this process of figuring out how you feel about things, just separate yourself from them, you know, walk away. There is no reason to sit there and come up with more and more and more reasons why you hate this person or why you hate the situation. Doesn't matter, just walk away from it. This way you're going to feel you're going to keep your vibration much higher, and you're going to feel a lot better because of it. And with the Eight of Wands being in your supporting sector here, do have those conversations with other people, you know, share with people how you feel, especially if you truly care about them. Like call your sibling, you know, tell them how much you miss them, you know, to talk to your friend, talk to your loved one, tell a coworker how awesome they are. Like give people compliments, like remind them that you actually do love them. Especially with your heart being so open right now, they will receive it tenfold during this time frame. And look at the outcome. We went from the Page of Swords to the Queen of Swords. And the Queen is the person who is a lot more understanding, who is a great listener, who is also kind. Even the Queen of Swords has a great perceptiveness of the world. She's still a kind and fair queen. You know, she's not somebody who is just like gives credit to people for just to give credit to people. No, she gives credit to people where credit is due. And I feel like this week, with your heart being so open, you being able to tell people how you feel about them will only highlight those positive qualities within yourself. I love this energy a lot, and I hope this reading has clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Hello, my dear Gemini. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13 through February 19. Let's look at your energies for this week. Your driving force here, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, overall vibe, the Hierophant. I feel like a lot of your work environment, work situations will be highlighted for you this week. If you're not employed, this could be any kind of like government agency that's going to be highlighted for you. Maybe a school of some kind, maybe an organization that you volunteer with. Could be even a hospital if you have, if you're dealing with the hospital. But any kind of big organization, big established organization is going to be highlighted for you. Very nice. So I see the week, you starting off in this King of Cups energy. Very beautiful energy. Energy of kind of like easygoing energy that kind of is usually detached from the hustles and bustles of everyday life, right? But it's also somebody who is making really fast decisions in order to keep that energy easygoing here. And with the Fool being in your subconscious drives here, all you want to do is just kind of get through this week, get to something new. You don't want to really spend a lot of time on things that have already been established, right? Like, you don't want to spend time on things that are boring to you. You don't want to spend time on things that are just draining the heck out of you. And I do feel like this week might be one of those where on some of the days you will feel kind of overwhelmed. You will feel like there's one thing after the next thing after the next thing. Things will be coming your way rather fast, and you will have to address them rather quickly. And do watch out for making a very, very quick decision here, especially with the Three of Wands being in your obstacle here. Don't just make a decision to get to the next step. Does it make sense? Like, don't rush through things. Sometimes it's better to take a little bit of time and do things the right way, because I also feel by going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing, just for the sake of action, for the sake of movement, you might end up draining the heck out of yourself to a point where you will just feel so exhausted by the end of the week that you won't be able to enjoy the weekend the way that you would want to enjoy it otherwise. So watch out for that for sure. And the Emperor is in your strength. The stability is there. You are in control, There's no reason to push for some kind of control. There's no reason to push for anything this week. You just gotta kind of have to go with the flow and not rush yourself too much, as I said before. Otherwise, you get into this space where mentally you're gonna be totally exhausted, and you might come off like really aggressive towards the people around you, not because you want to, but just because you're tired and you're emotionally and physically drained through the week. Let's see the possible outcome. Yeah, Seven of Wands. You're gonna overcome all the challenges. Whatever happens this week, you are gonna overcome it. Whether you might feel drained out by the end of the week, or whether some of the decisions you're going to make are going to be a little bit too fast. Either which way, you will persevere, and I feel like you will persevere throughout this week, and you will stay in control. You will maintain that level of control, even though you might feel like getting things done quickly. I feel like for many of you, you will make the adult decision, and you will make sure that whatever you're doing it right, and you're also not rushing yourself from one thing to the next just so you would end up with no energy towards the end of the week. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. And have a super wonderful week, my friend. Hello, my dear Cancer. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13 through February 19. Let's look at your energies for the week, your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and overall vibe. We got the Seven of Pentacles. You definitely are starting on something new, something that's going to bring you a lot of success as the time goes on, and will also give you some kind of wisdom. So this is a really good energy for the week. Let's see what the rest of the cards are saying here. Wow. Okay. Very nice, very nice. You're starting off with this Empress energy, which I absolutely love, because this is the energy of creation, energy of making something, you know, like this is the energy. She's the mother of the tarot deck, so she's the creator of life. And I feel like this week you're gonna create something beautiful, something that's gonna be emotionally satisfying to you in some type of way. I don't really know what it's gonna... Your work. Yeah, this definitely has to do a lot with your job and your finances. I don't know how it's going to manifest itself, but you are the only one who would know. But I do feel that you're going to be able to come up with some really creative solutions to a problem that's been sitting there and nagging at you for quite some time. With the Six of Pentacles being your driving force here, I feel like you might be doing this because of the kindness of your heart, because of your generosity. It's almost like you're trying to do something because you know you're gonna do it better than anyone else. But I do feel for another percent of you is because you feel like you don't have any other choice, and therefore you are being pushed into doing something at work that you wouldn't do otherwise. So if you are going through, like, let's say a divorce, a recent breakup, or you know, maybe your partner lost a job and now you need to get a whole new job, you need to get a whole new certification, you have to improve your skills in something in order to bring money in, that could also be your driving force here, because you know that you need to be the provider now, you need to be the giver, and therefore you're trying to figure out how to do it. Two of Pentacles is in your obstacle though. Watch out for trying to juggle too many things at once, right? Like, be very reasonable with your ability, with your physical strength here with your capabilities, right? Like, you know that you have to sleep at some point. Just because you have an opportunity to get like a second or a third job, be very careful in actually committing to it, because in the end of the day, it could drain you out to a point where you won't be able to even work one job. You know what I mean? So watch for that. However, this is great that you're moving in this direction. It's great that you're trying to better your life, to make your life a lot more stable. With the Eight of Wands being here, I do feel like you are completing a cycle that you want to finish up here, and you are about to begin a brand new cycle of your life. And look at this, Queen of Pentacles as the outcome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the Queen of Practicality, right? A Queen of Financial Stability. Somebody who is very comfortable within their skin. And I feel like you're on your way. You're definitely on your way. You just got to give yourself a little time. You got to make sure that you're not overworking yourself, taking it slow, and you will get there, my dear friend. I love this. I absolutely love this. Hope this reading has clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Leo. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13 to February 19. Let's look at your energies here. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, overall vibe. The Seven of Swords for the week might be a bit of a challenging week for you, my dear friend. You might be having to do a lot more at work than you usually would. You might have to do a lot more at home than you usually would. And it's definitely is going to be quite draining for you. So let's see what the rest of the cards are saying. Yeah, look at this. So you are in the Two of Swords energy, and that's a very difficult energy because you're being forced to make a choice. You have to decide how to proceed, yet you don't know which decision to make, and therefore you're totally confused, basically totally overwhelmed, and you can't make a decision. So you end up with an indecision because you just don't know which way to go. And I feel like for many of you, this could be a work situation, or this could be a home situation, or this could just be the way you're feeling. You could be just incredibly tired and low on energy overall this week, even though the Emperor is in your strength, which tells me that you will still want to push through, no matter how tired you're gonna be, no matter how overwhelmed you're gonna feel. You're still gonna want to push through. What the universe is telling you is your own energy. The Strength card is here in your obstacle. The Strength represents Leos in the tarot deck. So that energy that you have to push and persevere, push, and continue pushing is actually gonna be very much opposing to your final goal this week. So watch for impulsiveness, watch for recklessness, because when you're tired, when you are low on energy, you will tend to make a lot more mistakes this week. You will tend to end up in situations where you will say things that are nasty to other people around you, even though you don't mean it like that. But because you're tired and because you're overworking yourself and over prioritizing things over your rest, you will end up being really on that really short fuse. or having a short fuse this week. So do watch out for it. And the Nine of Swords is in your strength. The Nine of Swords is all about paying attention to how you think, paying attention to your needs, paying attention to what is really going on. When you're feeling like you just want to tell everybody to go F themselves, ask yourself, is it because I truly feel this way, or is it because I'm just tired and I need a nap, or I need some time to myself? Ask yourself those fundamental questions, because I feel like, and this energy that I'm getting here is really kind of steering you in a direction of trying to find moments of rest. And look at the outcome. The Chariot is the outcome. You're gonna get that control back no matter what. You're gonna be back in control. You're never gonna lose it. You're still gonna be successful. You're still gonna have all of your ambitions satisfied. You're still gonna be looked at as somebody who's a leader. Even if you take it a little slower this week. Even if you end up compromising on certain things this week. Even if you're not gonna prove a point this week, it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, you will still be successful. You will still accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish, and you will still be walking in the right direction. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. And have a super wonderful week, my friend. Hello, my dear Virgo. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13th through February 19th. Let's look at your energies for the week. Your subconscious drive, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome for the week, and the overall vibe, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a great energy because it brings in change. And I feel like this week, the change will happen inside of you instead of the outside world. It's going to happen inside of you, where you're going to be able to figure out how to bring more positivity, how to bring in more happiness into your life. Let's see what the rest of the cards are saying here. Wow, really, really, really strong energies, my dear friend. And look where you are right now. You're in a King of Swords energy, where you're realizing that you are very strong person. You're realizing that you are more than you think that you are in many different ways. However, you are coming off a little bit too self-assured and a little too cruel to people around you. Yes, you want certain things and you know the things that are done right are right. However, sometimes the way you say it to others might come off in a way that's a little too strong, just a little too much, and a little too unfair, even though you're trying to be very fair here, especially with the Justice card being your driving force. You know, the Justice card is all about logic. The Justice card is all about cause and effect. However, don't forget that this cause and effect and this logic only applies to you this week. It doesn't apply to anybody else. It's your personal feelings, your personal emotions, and your personal thoughts that are coming through. It's not taking everything else in the world into consideration. So watch what you say with the King of Cups being in your obstacle. Watch what you say. Don't make very hurried decisions. Don't say things that you will later regret, because you will be kind of called to do so really fast and really easy. You could just tell somebody off because it's going to feel right in the moment. But when you're going to reflect back on it, you're going to realize like, oh my God, what did I do? Or why did I do that? That's why that energy of self-reflection is incredibly, incredibly important to you this week, because you need to change that cycle within you. With the Wheel of Fortune being the overarching energy here, you need to change the cycle of how you think, of how you perceive the world around you, and how you feel you fit into this world, because you're not alone. You know, there are people around you who really love you and care for you. And the sun is in your strength. Concentrate on the positive. Concentrate on all the joys. Concentrate on all the successes that you have had. Concentrate on how nice people around you are. Concentrate on what you love. You know, find those positive pieces in your life. Everyone has something positive in their life. No matter how horrible or horrendous their life is, there's always something a little bit positive that could be found even in the darkest place. So look for it. And look at the outcome. Ace of Pentacles. That's how you're going to heal your mind. That's how you're going to feel your body. That's how you're going to heal your emotional space. Ace of Pentacles is all about well-being. It's all about starting your life from a new perspective. Kind of, I'm just at a loss of words, because this energy is so beautiful. It almost makes me want to cry. It's so emotionally overwhelming here. So watch for how you feel, my dear friend. I feel like you are highly emotional this week, and sometimes your emotions can make you feel very right in certain situations, but in reality, your right can end up being really wrong when you start accusing others or pushing others away with this King of Cups energy here. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Hello, my dear Libra. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13th through February 19th. Okay, the card for your energy already fell on the floor. Let's see your subconscious drive, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, overall vibe, the Six of Wands. I feel like as the week is going to progress, you will feel in your own element. You will feel good about everything that is happening. There's going to be a sense of harmony and peace around you, even in the moments when things are not going to be as easy or as beautiful to the eye. Let's start with the rest of the cards. The Ten of Wands is here. Ten of Cups. Wow. Beautiful energy. So I say it's a beautiful energy, even though the cards look a little tough here, is because you're starting off with this Ten of Wands energy, where it's really heavy, very burdensome. It's kind of like all the responsibilities of the world are on your shoulders, and there's nothing you can do about it, because you have this feeling of obligation that you have to continue pushing through it, because the Ten of Cups is in your subconscious drive. It's the energy of family, energy of love. There's like this energy of, you know, having a responsibility that you need to provide for your family. You got to pay the bills. You got to pay for something for your family, and it's driving you, and it's almost relieving you out of that tension, almost relieving that burden off your shoulders, because you know that you're doing it for the right reason. You know you're doing it for your family, for the people that you love, you know. Even if you don't have a family, you are your own family, right? You like certain luxuries. You like certain things that make you happy. Like you need to have a home. You need to have a roof over your head. You need to have some kind of food. So those things, because you know you're working for those things, are kind of making it easier to pass through this week, even though it's not an easy week in any type of way. So the obstacle here is the Two of Wands energy. That's kind of like energy of like making decisions, you know, kind of taking it slow, figuring out which way to go. Instead, the Seven of Wands is in your strength sector. The universe is telling you that instead, just whatever problems arrives, tackle them right away, kind of do the best that you can in the moment, persevere, kind of push forward, and you will stay in that control. You will stay in that high vibrational energy, and you will get through this week successfully. Well, if you slow down and if you start kind of contemplating, figuring out, okay, what do I do now? You know, like I'm told to do this, I'm told to do that, having a kind of like mixed messages here and there. Don't let yourself get stuck in that energy. Just push through it. Go with whatever your gut tells you to do. You know, like with so many wands here, like your passion will definitely help you override whatever feelings, whatever thoughts, to make the best decision possible. So like whatever your gut feeling is, like I said override your feelings, but you know what I mean. Like whatever that gut intuitive feeling is going to be, just go with it. And you're going to get everything done. You're going to tackle all of the negative obstacles through the week. Wow, the Lovers is the outcome. How beautiful. This is beautiful. This is amazing energy. You will come up with best solutions. You will have your partnerships. This person, if you are connecting with somebody who's like on a family level, they will recognize how amazing you are, you know, because you're going to push through this week. Your co-workers, like whoever, like your boss, your supervisor, your partner, like your work partner, whoever you're connecting with, they will understand how great you are, because you're going to stay vulnerable and true with others. You're going to stay honest with yourself. You're gonna chase that gut feeling, overthinking. Does it make sense? I hope that it does. Beautiful energy. You will make the right choices, my dear friend. You definitely will. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you. Like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super amazing week. Hello, my dear Scorpio. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13 through February 19. Okay. Card for your energy already fell on the floor. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, overall vibe. Possible outcome and the overall vibe. The Queen of Pentacles. I love this energy. Like, even though the Seven of Wands came up and I see it here, the overall energy of the Queen of Pentacles is very beautiful, very calming, very stable kind of energy. And I feel like no matter what comes at you this week, you will be able to stay in that calm place, because of your practicality, because you know what you can do, you know what you cannot do, you know how to kind of overcome certain obstacles, and you know that you're going to come out fine in the end of it. So that sense of confidence, and also your ability to speak with others that can get them convinced to do things your way, will definitely be helpful for you this week. And look at this. We have a Seven of Wands as your current energy, with the Five of Cups being your driving force here. It's like things are coming your way. Things are coming your way. And you're persevering. You're pushing through them. It's like you get that phone call where it's like, okay, Scorpio, you got to do this, this, and that. So you do this, this, and that. And then you get another phone call telling you, okay, Scorpio, you forgot to do this, this, and this. But you didn't tell me the first time around that I have to do those things. Well, you have to do them anyway. And you redo the whole thing. You get it done, and then something else comes up. Something else is not good enough. But I feel like you're still pushing through. You will still push through no matter no matter what's gonna come up to you this week. And at times it might feel like, what the heck, like, why am I in this place? Like, why am I constantly being kind of shut down here, especially with the Nine of Swords being in your obstacle? It's like, Nine of Swords is all about anxiety. Like, why am I being, singled out? And why am I basically being told what to do over and over again without like having a complete picture in front of me? However, that's your obstacle. If whenever you catch yourself thinking that way, just remember, I am Scorpio. I am calm. I am hardworking. I am practical. I know exactly what I need to get done, and I'm gonna do it. If I have to redo the same project 7 times just to get paid, okay, I'll do it 7 times and I am gonna get paid, right? That's kind of like what this energy is, and that's what the universe is suggesting for you to do. Stay easy, with the devil energy being in your strength here. Stay easy, stay kind of playful. Stay easy and stay playful. Take whatever comes at you as a game. Do not overthink it. Do not stress about it. Kind of let your intuition take care of it, let your instinct rather take care of it. Get it done and keep it moving. If it's not complete, it's just gonna trap you. So instead, make the best time of it. And also be very selfish here as well, or as selfish as you can be. If you can kind of, it sounds bad, but if you can kind of divvy up the project and have other people help you, then you should do it. If you can kind of pawn it onto somebody else, kind of do it this week. And look at this, 8 of Wands as the outcome. 8s are indicative of completing something. Everything's going to be done. You're going to finish everything. You went from 7 to an 8. You're going to get everything done. Everything will be finalized. Just don't let yourself get into a state of hopelessness at any point, or any kind of distress, because that could potentially cause some sickness, that could cause some friction in your personal life. So don't just let it get to you. That's all. I guess that's the biggest message here. Just keep pushing through. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Sagittarius. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of February 13th through February 19th. Let's look at your energies, your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe for the week. 7 of Pentacles. I feel like you're gonna get some things done this week that's gonna bring you closer to understanding something at your job. So it could bring you closer to understand how to complete some kind of a certification program, how to get the job that you want, how to get closer to the project that you want to finish or start. I don't know, but you are gonna gain some kind of wisdom, because you will learn things that you were not aware of before during this week. Let's see what the rest of the cards have. Wow, beautiful energies overall. Your energy is the 4 of Cups energy, and that's the energy of contemplation, kind of energy of trying to figure out what is it that you want, which way do you want to go, like who are you, like how do you fit into this world, what is the right next step for you. And with the Temperance card being in your subconscious drive, like Temperance is the card for Sagittarius in the tarot card deck. It tells me that you are really trying to figure out how to be more authentic to yourself, while also accomplishing some big goals, and maybe even accomplishing something with other people. I do feel like you might encounter some people this week who might think slightly different from you or totally different from you, and you're gonna have to find some kind of a solution, some kind of a compromise as you're discussing big ideas and big situations with these people, in order to get yourself ahead, in order to get closer to this project, to this goal that you have set out for yourself, right? And it also requires a bit of patience and a bit of understanding, and also some self-love here, because it's easy to say, okay, let me just say screw everybody, but do you really win when you push others away? You do not. And I feel like with patience, and patience is available to you this week, you're realizing that sometimes you need to compromise in order to get your goals, right? And that's what, with the Page of Wands here being in your obstacle, what it's telling me is that there's no reason to be super excited over anything that's being proposed to you by anyone this week. Like if somebody tells you, okay, Sagittarius, I got great news, before you get excited, hear them out, because I do feel strongly that their idea of great news is not gonna match your idea of great news, and therefore you're gonna have to have them elaborate, and you're going to have to collaborate with that person in order to come up with a better solution that suits you a lot more than whatever it is that they're proposing. Does it make sense? I hope I'm explaining this energy correctly here, because you might just get a bunch of flattery, you might just get like a bunch of like fluff coming from other people, which in the end of the day are not exactly what you want or what you need, or are really genuinely exciting to you, if that makes sense. The Queen of Wands is in your strength, though. That's an amazing energy to have in your strength, because that's the courageous energy of courage, energy of determination. It's very mature and confident energy. It tells me that you will be able to utilize this patience available to you this week, and you will be able to utilize your courage to tell somebody, you know, in a very kind way, like, slow down, explain to me one more time what is so good about this. Why should I be a part of this? Why should I be excited for this? What excites me is something else. Like, what excites me is this, and that. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to have that conversation to really show somebody who you are. And I feel like you're going to be able to do it in a very balanced way as well. Let's see the outcome. The Eight of Swords is an outcome, telling me that this mind, whatever you've been spinning in your mind, that mental energy, that those thoughts that kept on like spinning in your head over and over and over and over again without any kind of end, are finally coming to the end. You know, that energy of being imprisoned in your brain, in your head, is finally coming to the end. The energy of feeling like nothing is working out is finally coming to the end. I do feel like through this week, you will be able to feel very different about your situation and very different about yourself, because you're able to give yourself a little patience and allow yourself to tap into much more mature and much more confident energy throughout this week. Nice energies. I absolutely like these energies. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe, and have a super wonderful week.